An activist is trolling attempts by Republicans to force religion into public schools. Now, recently, Texas had passed a law requiring all public schools to display signs and posters with the motto, "In God We Trust," and to place those posters in very conspicuous places. Obviously, their intent is pretty clear. They want religion to be prominent in the public square. So now, in order to, of course, get around the Establishment Clause, which bans the government from getting directly involved in promoting a religion, the law required posters or signs to be donated or purchased from private donations. So now that, of course, is a result of the Supreme Court getting involved and saying that's okay. And a lot of that comes from the monuments that private religious groups will then purchase to put, for example, in front of city halls or other government buildings. So this is an extension of that. Now, the law also requires that the U.S. flag and Texas state flag be represented on the posters as well, and said it may not depict words, images, or other information. So now, with that in mind, an activist named Chaz Stevens, who lives in Florida and has done, some other activism, has decided to come up with his own take on this poster and has created a fundraising campaign to send posters to schools around the state. Now, of course, there's a major change. Instead of English, the motto, "In God We Trust," would be written in Arabic. Here it is. I can only imagine people looking at that, right-wingers, saying, "What does it say? I don't know what it says, but it's scary. Arabic." Very, very scary. Nice. Now, Stevens told NPR the reason behind this is that he was irritated by the move to bring religion, into this case, Christianity, into the public schools, saying, quote, "That should be irritating for you, regardless of what God or not God you believe in." Well, exactly. And let me just add that I've always said that, hey, if you're going to bring one in, you're going to have to bring them all in. Again, I have no issue with bringing Christianity into school, mainly the teaching of Christianity, like what it actually is, as long as you also teach all the other religions in the same way. And I believe that should be from an objective standpoint. If you're going to teach Christianity from an objective standpoint, bring them all in. Let us learn about all the different religions. I think that's fair, because I'm not afraid of knowledge. I'm not afraid of learning about religions. Now, the thing is, of course, the people who create bills like this are not trying to do anything objective. No, they just want to indoctrinate kids into a specific religion, far from being objective. Now back to Stevens. So as I mentioned, he found this pretty funny loophole in the law that he is exploiting. He told NPR, "Hey, look, the law didn't say anything about what language In God We Trust had to be in." Quote, "And as an artist, it was always art forward for me. So I thought, you know what looks good? Then it occurred to me that Arabic is beautiful." Well, sure, as far as writing goes. Now, he said his goal with the campaign is the same as with some of his previous endeavors. It's simple, quote, "It's empowering hypocrisy itself, turning bureaucracy against themselves, figuring out what the bureaucratic hypocrisy is." Hey, man, this is a brilliant move. I love it. That said, not everybody does, including the author of the bill, Republican State Senator Brian Hughes, who responded to news of the Stevens campaign, quote, "Read the bill. Sign must contain In God We Trust, U.S. flag, Texas flag, and may not depict any other words or images. Print what you like, but only these signs qualify under the law." Well, again, look at it. In God We Trust, American flag, Texas flag. That seems to satisfy all your requirements. I mean, again, even if you can't read it, that it says In God We Trust. Sorry that you can't understand or read Arabic. hey, words are words, even if you don't understand them, even if you can't read them. Look, this is a great example, though, of be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Or maybe fuck around and find out. I mean, that could be another one.
They are about to find out.
No, well, yes, exactly. Now, it looks like that this is got a lot of attention and a lot of people who are supporting it. In fact, he has a GoFundMe up right now to fund this, and he's raised about $40,000. And also plans to expand it to Spanish, Hindi, and other languages to ensure, of course, that he has the translations right. He also is hiring translators in each language because, of course, you want to be accurate. Again, it has to say the message, in God we trust. So what if it matters if it's, in Arabic or Swahili or Hindi or whatever, right? Or Punjabi, whatever. Great. It fits those requirements, so you can't complain. But they, of course, will complain. Now, the final thing is, okay, where does he plan to send them? Well, Stephen says he doesn't actually have a specific list of schools in mind, but will send these signs to both politically liberal and conservative areas. So generally, it's like, hey, look, we're in Texas. We have this law. Why not just send it everywhere? Everywhere I can. Again, it fits the law, whatever. And he said this, quote, if I send out 500 signs, I do expect 98% of them to not go up. And that's a win for me. Maybe 2 out of 100 will go up on a wall, and I wanted the 2. It proves the point. Basically saying, look, if they don't put it up, that absolutely exposes their hypocrisy on this issue. And if that happens, I win. And if they put them up, I also win. It's a brilliant strategy. Well done. Well done. Using their own idiotic laws against them.